So we're walking towards Edward Everett's mansion. It was started being built in 1911 and finished being built in 1914. This is only his summer home, so he only lived here 6 weeks out of a whole year. He made all of his money from a couple different businesses, but the two he was most known for was an oil company and a glass company. We are walking towards the courtyard, and in the courtyard during the summer, for summer orientation as an incoming student, you have a lot of your icebreaker games as well as other games that are played out here to get to know new people. Looking up this way, you'll see that these are our cascades. There's a fountain at the top which looks way nicer, especially when it's on around the beginning of the fall semester and towards the end of the spring semester. Behind that would be our hiking trails. We have approximately 21 different hiking trails, and one of them is actually connected to our cross-country trail. So this is the theater. This is our largest classroom on campus. It holds about 99 people, but it's never been that full. It doesn't get that full. I've had plenty of classes over the past 4 years in this classroom. My largest class was about like 35 or a little bit over 35 students. And I would say that my smallest class was about 12 students that was held in this classroom. So just to give you an idea of the class sizes, but also in this room there's normally guest speakers, and there are also events where movies or TV shows are being shown in this room. So that is the theater. So this is the gallery. It serves different purposes. It can be used as a hangout area for a lot of our students. It can be a meeting place for some of our adjunct professors who don't have their own offices in the building. Or it could also be used for events such as grad fairs, job fairs, or clubs and organization fairs. So you can always come in this room and use it for different things. This is our library. To the right, it was formerly the kitchen, but is now serves as a space for a lot of our books in our library, but also our tutoring service. And to our left, the first room was originally the dining room, and the back room was his breakfast room, but now it serves as a big study space for a lot of our students. As you can see, there are 3 rooms, and they serve as quiet rooms, where a lot of our students do their studying, where they can do group work or group studying, so they aren't disturbed or they don't disturb other people when they're talking. There are computers on both sides of the wall, as you can see. Something cool about our library is that we have a completely free tutoring service, which is a lot different than other schools. And also our library does have a lot of the textbooks that our students will need through each semester, so students can come to the library and ask a librarian to borrow a book that they can use while they are in the library studying or doing their homework. So this is one of our classrooms, and this is basically the average setup of our classrooms. The average class size could be around like 17 students. It can always be a little bit larger, a little bit smaller, as I was saying when I was talking about the theater. But pretty much this is the setup. All of our professors are on first name basis. They would rather be called by their first name than professor or doctor, whatever their last name is. It helps create a better relationship with the students and the faculty, with the students and the teachers, because it makes them feel more comfortable, more welcome with them, asking them questions or anything like that. this wall is the identity tapestry. It was done in the fall of 2013 by all of our students, faculty, and staff, and even some family members that might have come up to visit during that time. So what it is, you start on the left side and you wrap it around anything that has to do with you or you feel that relates to you, and you continue wrapping your ball of yarn all the way until you either feel nothing else relates to you, so some people stop early, your rock full of yarn runs out, or you come to the very end. And it's really cool, so you see how similar and different you are than a lot of people that you walk past in the hallways every single day. So here on the third floor, where all the professors' offices are, they typically have open door policies, so you can always go in and ask them any question. It doesn't always have to be about schoolwork. It can be about pretty much anything. An example of that would be, well, one of my professors, her name is Stacy Hills. We both tend to be somewhat of like a comic book nerd. Her husband likes comics as well. So I normally go to her office and talk about comics, or she gave me advice of what to expect when I went to Comic-Con New York City for the first time. So just to show you that it doesn't always have to be about schoolwork and take away from the pressure of thinking it always has to be about school. Also up here would be the Abbey. This is our second largest classroom on campus. It pretty much has the same setup as the other classrooms in this building. But something else that's cool about the third floor would be the Center for Teaching and Learning, which is a completely free tutoring service. They can pretty much cover all courses. They help with free, like writing for all students. They help you with your rough drafts and also proofreading over your final drafts, which is really, really cool that our students for the most part, really do take advantage of. The board we are currently standing at is set up by our Mountaineer Events Board, or MEB. It has all the weekend events that are going on, and it changes periodically, so it changes every month to let us know what's going on. Some of the most popular events are like 2 trips that go on, one during the fall and one in spring, one to Manhattan and the other one to Boston. You get to spend the whole day in those cities, which is really, really cool. And over here, being that this is normally the way that our students walk in, Jasmine's Cafe is typically like a pit stop, so a lot of our students and faculty and staff, they all stop to get coffee before going to their classes, going to their offices. So you'll see a lot of people stopping here in the morning before their classes start. Down here on lower campus is the building that you're looking at, are the freshman dorms, Aldous, Bowen, and Caddy, but most people on our campus just call them A, B, and C. So this is the first floor in Darby. This is one of the suites. Typically, all the suites in A through E look pretty much all the same. You would walk in and you see the common area, and then there would be 4 rooms branched off. Normally, it's 2 people per room. And what you see in the room is typically what you get when you first move in. Between you and your roommate. As far as like space in the common area, when it comes to like TVs and stuff like that, you normally talk about it with everybody else that lives in your suite. There's a bathroom in the middle of the suite as well. Every building has 2 community advisors, or CAs, which is exactly the same thing as RAs on other campuses. But we just call them campus community advisors, or C. So this is our dining hall. The dining hall is open every day of the week, but it has certain hours. So Monday through Friday, our dining hall is open from 7 to 7, and on the weekends, it is open 11, and then it closes at 6:30. Our dining hall has two sides. One where there's a lot of hot food, so it's set up in a buffet style. Then there's machines where you can get cereal, you can make waffles and stuff like that. And then on the other side, which has our salad bar, so you can make a salad if you want, sandwiches and soups as well. Based on the hours for the dining hall, there's certain times when there's hot food, and there's certain times when there's like a continental lunch or breakfast. So example of that would be like breakfast is 7 to 9 for hot food, so you can come in and get eggs and bacon and stuff like that. And then after 9, you can always still come in, but you would have to make like cereal. So as a filler, I normally don't talk about the building until I get in the building. So if they're an athlete, I ask about like what sport they play. I ask like about their hobbies and stuff like that, just general questions before I get in the building. Unless they ask, and if they ask, I normally say that this is Hunter Hall, a building that was built in 2009, and it is normally an upperclassman building. So once I get in here, I normally say that this is the Greenberg Atrium, but called the Atrium by most of the people that either work here or go to school here. This is this place where a lot of our activities go on campus, like hypnotists or comedians or open mic or game shows, lip sync contests, things like that. Pretty much activities that I've either participated or just gone to. I would also say that this is where people do their homework, study halls, and a place where a lot of people just hang out for the most part. I also include that this building is open for any students, just because it's a upperclassman dorm building. Any student has access to this, so you don't have to be a senior or a junior to come and do your homework or hang out in this space. So down this hallway in the West Wing, this is where the conference room is. I've had classes in there, like intro classes or like meetings are held in there. And then there's also the computer lab. It's open 24 hours for any of our students to use. Here in Hunter Hall, we have 2 labs on the first floor. Their setup is kind of the same, but one is actually used for our anatomy and physiology class. So in this class, our nursing majors and some of our other majors actually spend time doing dissections in the classroom. There's also models in here that you can use, take apart, and learn a little bit more about the body. The desk, actually, you can use chalk and write on them to take notes, so that when you transfer the notes from the table that you have taken into your notebook is a lot cleaner and it looks better for when you go back over it. Down here, this is the Moose Lounge and the Moose Cafe. The Moose Cafe actually opens at 7 p.m. and it closes at 12 midnight. Which is around the time that dinner is over, so people can come down here and get the different snacks and stuff that they want. You can use cash or Moose money, which is actually on your ID card. A lot of our students do take advantage of this. Something else that is done out of here is a missed dinner option. So if you, for any reason whatsoever, cannot make it to dinner between 4:30 and 7, you can email the people in the dining hall letting them know why it is that you're missing class and what it is that you want to eat, and they will put it aside for you, which is always a great option. So this is the kitchen and the mailboxes. The mailboxes are for all the students on campus. So every student that lives on campus, their mailbox will be in this area. The kitchen is available for the use of any student on campus as well. You just have to call and make a reservation to use it about 24 hours before the day you want to eat. The building we are walking into now is our Mountaineer Athletic Center, better known as the MAC. In this building, we have all of our coaches' offices, our training room for our athletes, our Hall of Fame room or our conference room that has all of the accomplishments and awards that our sports teams have gotten in the past couple of years. Our both of our athletic trainers, their offices and their athletic training room. Along the walls you see pictures of teams at our school. In this room would be our weight room. It's open from 6 or 7 a.m. and it closes around 11 or 12 at night. It is open for any student to use. This is our gym. It has the same hours as the weight room as I was talking about before. It is available for any student to use. There are times when there are open gym hours, so you can come in and shoot around. You can stay in here until the gym closes as well. This space is used for both of our basketball teams, both of our volleyball teams, where they have their games and practices. Other sports teams have their practices in here as well, and there are all intramural sports held in here, like intramural soccer or basketball tournaments as well. This building is where all of our healthcare majors will have a lot of their classes, like nursing, radiology, classes like that. We do not own the building, but we do have spaces on the 3rd and 4th floor. The 3rd floor is the nursing wing, so down in this wing is where all the professors' offices are, and just like on the 3rd floor of the mansion, they have open door policies. So you can go in there and ask them any question that you might have about class or anything else. So also on the 3rd floor, we have 2 lecture rooms. They're pretty much set up exactly the same. Not only are classes for healthcare majors held in this room, but if we need a larger classroom for some of the classes, you might have class in this building as well. So this is our Energizer lab. In this lab, this is where our RadTech students learn how to take x-rays and use phantoms to see broken bones. our skills lab. Nursing students use this lab to learn skills before clinicals. They have open lab hours in here. Some of the clinical sites might include SBMC, the Vermont Veteran Home, Berkshire Medical Center, and also the Albany Medical Center. This is our simulations lab. There's video cameras above all of the sim people. The professor sits in the control room and watches all your actions and makes the sim people respond to the way that you actually treat them. They cough, they break, they talk. The one right there actually even gives birth. So just to give you an idea of what it's like to actually be working in one of these environments.